good morning. Thank you for joining me today for Morning Momentum. I want to turn our attention today to Hebrews 11, and there is a statement there that's only two words, but very powerful words to say the least. Those words are found in verse 27, and they are simply, He endured. This is inside a portion of Scripture that is talking about Moses. Moses appears from all accounts that we read to be an individual that stuck with it and refused to give in or give up no matter what the odds were that were stacked against him. He had the audacity to stay in the fight. He had what you might call stick-to-itiveness. Moses possessed a resolute spirit and attitude that caused him to overcome many difficult circumstances that, for the sake of time today, we're not going to get into. The word resolute means admirably purposeful, determined, and unwavering. It took 40 years on the backside of the desert taking care of his father's sheep, but Moses finally became a resolute individual. This word resolute is a part of a word that is very popular around the first of the year, and that word is resolution. How many of us have made resolutions and have already broken them? Don't raise your hand. Don't answer that out loud either. I think we're all guilty at some point of making a proclamation to do something, but ending up falling a little bit short. When I look at the life of Moses, though, I see a man that in spite of the contempt of Pharaoh, in spite of the constant complaining and the stubbornness of God's people, Moses remained consistent and he endured. In spite of his own family criticizing him, he stayed firm in conviction and in who God had called him to be and what He had called him to do. Can you imagine the disappointment when the spies come back and 10 of the 12 convince an entire population of Hebrews that they're not able to possess the promised land? However, Moses stood his ground. Even when people conspired against him, Moses remained resolute. The Apostle Paul would years later write to the church in Ephesus and say, having done everything to stand, stand. Maybe he had Moses in mind when he wrote that, but suffice it to say, no matter what is coming against you, stand. Stand firm when the wicked appear to be winning. Stand firm in times of crisis that may come to you this year. Stand firm. Endure. Keep your head up. Be resolute. I have no idea today where this devotion finds you. You may be on top of the world or feeling like the world has collapsed on top of you. Wherever you're at, just stay resolute. Don't throw in the towel yet, but I believe what the Scripture is telling us is, He that begun a good work in you will complete it. Moses is said to have endured. How was he able to do that with all of the things that came against him? The same verse that tells us he endured tells us how he did it. It gives us the prescription, and that is simply he focused his attention on Him who is invisible. He kept his eyes on the author and the finisher of our faith. He recognized that his life was all about pleasing and glorifying God and doing what God wanted him to do. I believe that God has great things in store for you in 2019, but it will require you to be resolute, unwavering, standing your ground, no matter what life or the enemy may throw at you. Today, I challenge you to make a resolution that you will remain a person of prayer, praise, purpose, and passion, keeping your eyes focused on the one who is invisible.